Hey guys, KingBoss06 here, and we're back with another video. In this one, I'm showcasing my first finished artwork of the year, and I call it The Terror of the Sun God. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen up to at least episode 1071 of One Piece, then either tune off or mute the video, as I will be talking about content from this episode onward. Before we get started on the final work, I wanted to make some thumbnail images to plan out what I want the final drawing to look at. I also needed to gather up some references as well. So for a drawing such as this, I knew I had to make some thumbnail sketches. I couldn't just go with the first idea I had like I do for a lot of the drawings that I do, especially my female drawings. So I planted out these 9 squares because I knew it was going to be a 1920 by 1080 because that's the thumbnail size for all the videos that I use. And I knew generally for these types of images, I just like to go with the 16:9 ratio. Maybe I'll do a 4K image or something. But anyway, this is what we had. So after drawing the first set of thumbnails, the first 9, I was debating between 2 of them, numbers 2 and number 4. Number 2 was inspired by the fact that Luffy went into the sky and he grabbed a lightning bolt that he was going to use to kick Kaido's ass. And number 4 was just inspired by how relaxed and nonchalant Luffy was during the fight. He showcased such badassery by making this a game for himself. He really didn't care what Kaido was doing because Luffy was just going to do whatever he wants. So I copied 2 and 4 into another layer, and then I decided to make different sets of thumbnails to change up the composition of number 4 and try to mix in the 2 of them, and I ended up with the perfect combination of 2 and 4, option 2C. This is one benefit of thumbnailing before you draw. If you just go with the first idea in your head, it might not be as good as we can come up with if you take just a few minutes to come up with some alternative ideas, come up with some alternative compositions, because that will lead to other ideas that will make just a better drawing overall. So I tried a different drawing and it was a complete failure. Let me know if you guys want to see failed drawing attempts in the future. So one thing I wanted to focus on with this is the roundness and rubberiness of Luffy's body, because Luffy is the most free in this form, so therefore things like bones aren't going to stop him from moving in any way he wants, since its body is completely rubber and Gear 5 essentially amplifies that. I took advantage of that and made his legs more round. Drawing the feet was a pain, but I was able to figure something out, and I saved the face for last like I do with the majority of the drawings that I make, if you guys have noticed. I missed it big time with the face the first time around, and that was the main turn off for me, and that's why I scrapped the idea. It took me, I wasted like 40 minutes or so, but that led to this drawing, so I guess it wasn't really a waste. And I used Paint's reference window. I tried it when I first came out, and I thought it was just something that was getting in the way, but I was able to adapt to it, get used to it, do some practice with using the reference window. So you guys aren't seeing it in this Speedpaint because of the way I exported the MP4, but if you want me to export the MP4 so it includes the reference window and includes the brushes and me going between layers and all that, you guys can let me know. Back in the day, I used to struggle with Luffy drawings in terms of I took it so much seriously, and there was a lot of pressure for me because I know I want to give One Piece its respect, and it deserves nothing less than the absolute utmost respect, which is why I won't let myself or anyone disrespect One Piece with abysmal art, especially when it involves Monkey D. Luffy, aka Straw Hat Luffy, aka the Fifth Emperor, aka the next King of the Pirates, the greatest and most badass fictional concept to ever become a conceivable human thought. I'm not letting anyone tarnish that in any way, shape, or form. So when it came down to the coloring, I literally color picked everything. I don't think I might have adjusted some colors, but no, I'm pretty sure I literally just color picked practically every color except for some of the line art, because the line art for the hair, for example, is a different color than the line art for the rest of the body, and also the clouds around Luffy's body. So I try to go with something like a light gray, and then I think I did end up color picking and adjusting from there. But when it came to the shadows, I used a color burn layer because I saw a video or I saw something on Discord or something. I don't remember exactly, but basically I used color burn to vary the color within the shadows, and I also used an airbrush within the shadows, and I believe within just the colors as a whole to add more of a gradient. I used a combination of soft and hard edges for the lighting to create the effect of the lighting on Luffy via the lightning. There's the moon behind as well, and if Luffy was just jumping without the lightning, then I probably would have created green lighting with just the moon, but since the lightning is in his hands, the lightning's going to have much more impact because it's closer and it's brighter than the moonlight. So this takes me back to when I watched a tutorial from Gel Arts about how to make glow without using blend modes, because I don't want to rely on those things. Like, of course I'm going to use them to my advantage. Like, for example, I tend to use the multiply layers because when it comes to shading, it's just more convenient. If I want to change the flat colors, I don't have to go back to the shading, because since the shading is a multiply layer, it will adjust to whatever colors are behind it. So that's what I do that. And then I did my usual, I created a copy of the entire canvas. I did blur, I used highlight, and then I did a blue overlay to finish things off. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or enjoyed my overall content, please hit the like button and subscribe. Also, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing off camera, check out my Discord, Newgrounds, Twitter or X, DeviantArt, and anywhere I am on the internet. All of the links should be in the description. Deuces.